Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Capital City Sports Network from the Plex in Irmo, South Carolina. The beginning of the USCHL, basically the adult league here, started by the Gamecock Hockey Club of the University of South Carolina. 4 teams comprised of former members of the Gamecock Hockey Club and members that will be returning when the season starts again, and some prospective players that hope to join the team later on. My name is Dillon Clark. I'm joined, as always, by Zach McKinstry. We're so happy to be with you again. The way the teams have been broken down, basically 4 captains, Evan Hoey, Ronan Egan, Nick Peters, and Cam Mecca. They each have a team. Right now, Team Hoey wearing the dark uniforms down to our right, and Team Ronan Egan wearing the light uniforms. Right now, they move left to right, and the puck right now in the Team Hoey, or the dark team zone, picked up and moved back out. They move it back towards the neutral zone. Thrown back in on the near side wall by Michael Peak, a freshman last year, returning as a sophomore this year. That is the natural succession of classes here at the University of South Carolina. Peak back as a sophomore, and back out comes Ian Powderly wearing the black of Team Hoey. Down the left side, Lawrence drops it off for Powderly, a shot off the outside of the net, right to the right there of Eris Papathanasiou, the goaltender down to our left for Team Egan. A turnover at center ice, and it's picked up on the right wing. Our shot steered away by Liam Gormley. It pops right up in the air and loose around in front. Gormley's got to make another save, and he gobbles it up with that left glove. Liam Gormley went 11-0-1 in his freshman season there at the University of South Carolina. He stopped 35 of 37 shots against Ole Miss at regionals last year. And what a year it was.
It was a great year. No, but by no means was absolutely the best team in club hockey history here at South Carolina, as the team had a bid to nationals before the pandemic took it down. But it's great to see the most talented team back out, along with some prospective players here.
What a magical year it was. 23-1-1-1. That's a loss, a tie, and an overtime loss is back the other way. That play shut down and moved back out into the neutral zone. As you can see, not everybody's got a number, and the players that do have numbers are kind of all over the place as a diving play in behind the goal. Play continues. Picked up by Team Hoey. They move it back out across the red line. We don't have all the names. We don't have all the numbers, but we're going to do the best we can for you here. 15:01 to go in this first period. We play 3 running clock periods, and at the conclusion of this game, Team Hoey and Team Egan, the next 2 teams, captained by Cam Mecca and Nick Peters, will take the ice and play their game, and that's the way we'll go. Just a kind of round robin for 11 weeks here. The USCHL, and then hopefully the Gamecocks can actually resume league play when the second semester rolls around in January. You're looking at Tyler Oakley right now. Stretches this one back out through the neutral zone, and Team Egan gains the zone entry here. Left wing on the back end, tries to tuck that one home. Gormley makes the save. The puck was loose for a moment, but Gormley's got it covered now. About 14:20 to go in this first period, a scoreless one here in the opening night here of the USCHL.
Well, you talk about resuming league play hopefully in January of 2021, and it'll be a new league for South Carolina as they join the College Hockey Foundation, depart from the ACHA, and excited to see the new conference, possibly some new rivalries as well.
We're going to chalk that one up to my handwriting is terrible. The Collegiate Hockey Federation. That one's on me. I really do have the worst handwriting ever. The Gamecocks move from the ACHA into the Collegiate Hockey Federation. They move together as a pack with the SEC into this new CHF, so they have all the same rivalries and all those great matchups that we've come to be accustomed to over the last few years, just kind of under a new name here. About halfway through this first period here, right in front of the Team Hoey bench. Puck picked up, and they move this one back in. It is Team Egan. Have not seen Ronan Egan yet tonight, but right now we do see Joe Collega 3-on-1. Collega takes it wide, shoots one. Papathanasiou makes the save. Puck pops up into the high slot. A follow-up chance goes wide there on the back end. A turnaround shot. That one goes off the stick of the Team Egan goaltender as well. We're going to have to find a way to shorten up his name. 6 syllables is a lot to say all at once. Eris Papathanasiou. Puck all the way down to our right now, right in front of Liam Gormley. A bit of an easier name to say for the Gamecocks starting goaltender. That one played off the near side boards there by Kerry Neville. a practice squad player for the Gamecocks last season. He is joined on Team Egan by another practice squad player, Jack Ahlstrom. That team, Jack Ahlstrom's got the puck right now into the offensive zone, tries to drive wide here. Team Egan has 5 returning starters on its roster: Colin Burke, Tyler Oakley, Michael Peak, Ronan Egan, and Julian Reese. Ahlstrom and Kerry Neville, the practice squad players. Dominic Centracchio rejoins this team. He was on the Gamecock roster 2 years ago. And has a nice move into the offensive zone here for Team Hoey. Snuffed out right away. They wrap this one around back to the near side. And they will try to break it out once again at the neutral zone. Driving wide. They're right between the wickets of Ian Powderly. A lot of these players, again, it's no surprise to anyone. Not everybody got to skate too much this summer. It really is one of the more unique situations as a save there off the cuff of Liam Gormley's glove. Rolls in behind the goal. They'll try to play that one off the back of the cage to himself. A centering pass in the high slot. Move it back to near side point. Long shot knocked down off the stick of Collega. And we will have a stoppage here. The net knocked off. Joe Collega, 1 goal, 5 assists for 6 points last season. He was kind of the Swiss Army knife. Assistant coach John Copelandberg wanted him on defense all the time, and Alan Sirois liked to steal him from time to time and put him up on the wing with the 3rd or 4th line. So we will see how Collega is deployed here for Team Hoey. 11:04 offensive zone faceoff here for Team Egan. They'll drop this one off far side. Taken there, I believe that is Ronan Egan in the teal jersey. Took me a little while to pick that one up. Ronan Egan circles along the far side circle. And that was shot tipped in front off the outside of the goal to the right of Liam Gormley. It bounces in behind the net. Mining this one out is Michael Peak on his backhand. Tries to step out. He's got a chance in front, and his shot, he scores. Michael Peak has the game's first goal and the first goal in the history, although we don't think it'll be too long, of the USCHL.
Yeah, nice goal there from Michael Peak, who had a pretty good season last year. Didn't rack up the points that one might think. Only had 9, I believe, on the season, but a bunch of those coming in the SEC hockey tournament in Nashville. Had a breakout tournament there and a couple of games that the Gamecocks played. And it'll be interesting to see throughout this USCHL how these defenses' chemistries align with the new players coming in.
Each team has, I believe, 14 skaters and 1 goaltender. And it's a question of who can make it every night. You know, a bit of an interesting time slot, 9:15 and 10:30 on a Monday night. I believe we got word a little before this game started that Cam Mecca, one of the captains, Mecca's not here right now, so it'll be kind of a revolving door of who can play and when. As Ahlstrom pushes this one ahead, it goes off the stick of Ronan Egan. He gives chase into the near side corner, pulls up, and spins off his check there. He goes in behind Gormley's cage. Egan riding the boards, tries to make a nice move wide. He curls at the top of the circles, right into the slot. Ronan Egan, not a lot of touches there. Drops it off. Kerry Neville's point shot kicked aside by Gormley after it was tipped in that right wing face-off circle. Back out into the neutral zone. D-to-D pass. Neville's got it. He turns on the Jets and tries to drive wide here. Quick shot there goes off the shin guard of the defenseman. And it is chipped up off the glass and intercepted again. Team Egan goes back to work. D-to-D. Quick little return pass there. They swivel back in their own zone in front of Papathanassiou. And they'll try to break it out once again. 8:48 to go. 1-0 the score in favor of Team Egan, wearing the light jerseys this evening, thanks to the goal by Michael Peak. Now a pass there in the skates, couldn't be handled. And there was an order placed. Hang on, we've got a chance here. It's Collega, right wing shot, save made right on. Papathanassiou with the face-off after this whistle. The Gamecocks did order garnet, black, white, and gray practice jerseys, all numbered 1 through 14. So at some point we will have consistent uniforms, so everybody all kind of looks the same, and we'll have numbers so we know who everybody is. But right now it looks like, if I am not mistaken, Julian Reese creeping in on the face-off. And that is news to me because Julian Reese was originally slated to be skating for Team Egan. Oh, there he is right there. We're good. See, it's confusing. We're catching up with you as well. Puck bounces off the far side boards. Joe Collega has it right now for Team Hoey. In behind his goaltender. Intercepted right off the hop there. Turning shot off the outside of the goal, fought aside. Gormley turns another one off shot. And a third chance goes wide as well. Team Hoey picking up speed across the red line here. That one chipped right back in. Team White goaltender goes in behind the net. It goes past him. And off the intercept, here's a chance right around in front. Nicely shut down by the defenseman. Quick shot there, high and wide. Collega fires one over the crossbar. Far side boards. Back and forth battle, flipping the puck off the boards. That one goes high over the head of the goaltender. On the near side, Team Egan plays this one up into the skates of Joe Collega. He battles there with former teammate Michael Peak. Bouncing puck at center. And Evan Hoey's got the puck right now. He put that one right past the stick of Joe Collega. And it goes back in, no icing. As we said, Gamecocks 23-1-1-1 last season. The loss to Tennessee came after a 7-0 start. It was actually a year and a day ago, September the 13th of 2019, the Gamecocks began their 1920 campaign in Clemson. It was a 6-4 win. We had to delay the broadcast because a pane of glass came out. And I believe it's a similar situation as we have right here. The internet was less than satisfactory, so we had to record the game and post it later. We do apologize for that. And we hope to get live broadcasts for you in the coming weeks as a shot goes wide. And a good chance goes by the wayside here for Team Egan, who has controlled much of the pace of play here through this opening frame. On the far side, little cross-ice pass. Can't be settled down here. They chip this one back in on the back end. Past Tyler Oakley. Oakley goes into his corner. Had the empty net goal to tack on to the Gamecocks' 5-2 win in Tampa, taking down the Rebels of Ole Miss that punched their tickets to Nationals, a tournament that never happened. Tyler Oakley, 7 goals last year, 11 assists for 18 points in his sophomore season. As the puck rimmed around now to the far side. Picked up, now a chance in the slot. Quick shot there, goes up and off a skate. I believe Rob Lawrence blocked that one, and it goes into the netting.
Yeah, a lot of bodies out in front there, in front of Liam Gormley, and a lot of action on that end. Haven't seen much on the young goalkeeper, Papathanassiou, on the other end. But some good offensive action early on from Team Egan.
And this really is our first chance to look at almost all of these plays. Anybody that wasn't in a Gamecock uniform last year, this is pretty much the first time we've seen them. The team had an evaluation skate last Wednesday just to try to get everybody together and see who they were working with here. And from that evaluation skate, they broke up and assigned the 4 teams here. Tried to mix the new guys in with the veterans. Team Hoey has the most returning players. They've got 7. The other 3 have 5 or 6. And now down the near side, Team Hoey enters the zone. And opening up there was Ian Powderly, but the cross-ice pass goes over the stick of Rob Lawrence, who gets rubbed out along the far side boards right in front of the Team Egan bench. Rob Lawrence not afraid to throw his weight around. 47 penalty minutes last season. He was the agitator for South Carolina. Now a turnover here. Powderly can't hang on to it. One of the more fleet-footed skaters for South Carolina last season. Lays a soft hit there along the near side. Now Team Hoey has it stripped away. Julian Reese battles for it back out at the red line. Set the Gamecock record with 27 goals last season. The freshman, now sophomore out of New York, Julian Reese, and now the puck on the stick of Tyler Oakley. Reese has it in the slot. It's knifed away there. Nice defensive play by Collega, who bats it down with the right hand. Collega away from Julian Reese, takes a shove from his teammate, our former teammate, not one tonight. A centering pass there, nice saucer by Joe Collega. It's brought back out, though, by Julian Reese. Now we get some more back and forth action, 3:16 to go. Here in the opening period, 1-0 thanks to the goal by Michael Peak. In behind Gormley's net on the back end. Peak turns around, wants another one. Gormley shuts him down. The rebound off the outside of the cage, and it bounces free. Ronan Egan let that one go. Led the team with 24 assists last year. Egan's got the puck right now into the slot. He dances, drops it off for Julian Reese, a shot, and he scores. 27 goals last season, and he's on the board for the first time here in the USCHL. Julian Reese, from Ronan Egan.
Yeah, you mentioned it. 25 goals last year for Julian Reese, 40 points total, led the team by 5, and he was the heart and soul of the Gamecock offense as he slots one home there. Also, if you know anything about Gamecock hockey, you know physicality is a staple in this team, so no surprise to see a couple of shoves being thrown around. Don't expect as much physicality in the USCHL. All friends outside of this. But you got to prep for the season somehow.
And it's just interesting because you take a team that spent so much time together. There's a shot there, kicked aside by Gormley. You kind of break them up into little mini teams and a shot in front. They score off a deflection, kind of a broken play. Ronan Egan fed that one in front as well. And I got to be honest with you, we don't have an identity on that player, although we do know that Ronan Egan will get another assist.
And of the 5 returners on Team Egan, you have at least 3 points right now. Peak Reese with goals. And now Egan tallying on the assist. So the returners getting it done here early on in this season.
Dominic Centracchio had to take a second look at him. He played defense for Alan Sirois his freshman season. I believe 18-19 was the campaign. But he's camped down in front of the net this time. Finds himself a goal. It's 3-0 Team Egan. This one chipped back into Kerry Neville's corner. He wraps this one up off the boards, and Centracchio feeds Peak in the middle of the ice, and he gets converged on by 3 players in dark sweaters. Peak still has it. A shot there, broken play, rebound. In front, Gormley stretches out to make a good save. Off the outside of the cage, Ian Powderly picks it up. Moving it down the right wing, across center red and into the offensive zone. Powderly lost the puck. Traylor couldn't pick it up either. Now back the other way with some speed. 23 in white for Team Egan. Knifing his way through on goal. A backhand shot. He scores. Coast to coast there. 4-0 Team Egan with about 30 seconds to go. That's another play we don't have the name of, but we're going to get it soon, believe me.
Oh, yeah, that was absolutely beautiful. Dillon working it through the middle of the ice. A little forehand, backhand to split the defenders and get a one-on-one with Liam Gormley, and he finished it and tucked it home with a backhand. Beautiful play there.
He was one of those players that stuck out in the evaluation skate for his skating abilities there. You see how quickly he's able to transition. As that puck knifed down by a high stick. And the clock hits zeros here in the first period. 4-0 the score. Team Egan leads Team Hoey in this first game here in the USCHL. We'll take a brief break here. We will leave you with the images of the USCHL. Zach and I are going to step aside for a moment as we have our little first intermission here. 4-0 the score here on the Capital City Sports Network. Welcome back. 4-0 the score as we get set to start period number 2. We've switched sides. Team Hoey wearing the dark uniforms moving left to right against Team Egan in the light uniforms or white, yellow, teal, anything that isn't black or navy blue. And as we get set to start this second period, Zach, just give us some of your general thoughts on the style of play early on.
Well, it took a little bit for these offenses to get going. We still haven't seen much out of Team Hoey to this point, but Team Egan certainly found their rhythm. Turned it on late there. 4 quick goals against Liam Gormley, who's had a little bit of a rusty start, but I'm sure he'll get back into his groove soon as we see Team Hoey now trying to get some offense.
Rob Lawrence with some speed, has some trouble with the puck. He's able to flick it back down below the goal line. It bounces off the boards. Comes now to the near side. Move back to the point. Hoey has some trouble holding it in there. He'll double back to the red line. It goes across and picked up by Joe Collega. Right back to his captain in Hoey. The breakout pass redirected back in. Ronan Egan stops that on his backhand. And it goes pinballing out of his skates, and here comes Julian Reese. Reese down the left side. 1 goal already. Tries to center one in front. Knocked down. Picked up by Team Hoey. A turnover, though. Here comes Egan. Nice move to the backhand. Backhand pass. Unable to be picked up by anybody. Jack Ahlstrom just content to whack this one back down below the goal line. A little over 4 minutes gone here in this second period. Julian Reese, between the legs pass, kind of drifts out into open space, and so Joe Collega picks things up, and a saucer pass to the near side goes a little far and too hot to handle. Neutral zone, Team Hoey regroups, and this one flipped back up. Ian Powderly picks things up, the left-handed shot at the goal line, a shot, and Papathanasiou shrugs that one off with the blocker. Top of the circle shot, again punched aside by Team Egan goaltender. Rolls around back up towards the blue line. It's picked up by Powderly, circling in the slot. Little bump pass there. Drifts easily on the Team Egan goaltender. He covers for a face-off here. Just a bit more than 15 minutes to go in the second.
Well, I think Papathanasiou has already matched his save total from period 1 already, as Team Hoey has started to work the puck more into their offensive zone, and we're starting to see some better defense on both teams as well.
And just a feeling out process for everybody, and not only feeling out the opposition, but feeling out the skating legs, the teammates, everything, because a lot of these guys, a nice little move there from the goal line. A lot of these guys haven't been able to skate too much over the past 6 months, as Gormley covers that puck. Centracchio was looking for a cookie there, perhaps a rebound. He won't find one. 14:30 to go. Centracchio's got a goal already, though. He was nicknamed the Trash Man during his time here at South Carolina, as his locker stall was located right next to the trash can. Centracchio, affectionately known as the Trash Man, and in true Trash Man fashion, he actually showed up with his gear in a black garbage bag today. I actually thought it was a joke at first. Centracchio, always a friendly face and always a good guy to see around the rink. Near side, puck picked up. Team Hoey on the breakout pass. Too far off the toe of Lawrence's stick. He gets after it, though. Lawrence on the backhand, a shot. He goes colliding into the goaltender. Picks up some air. No one's hurt on the play. Puck rolls around far side. Knifed off the stick of Michael Peak. Held in at the blue line. Punched back down low for Kerry Neville. Fires this one back in behind the goal. It slingshots around to the near side, and Team Egan will have a bit of a breather here and time to break out. Neville flips this one end over end. Back into the Team Hoey zone. Bounces in off the dasher. Another D-to-D pass here. Too far. Held in at the line by Neville. Shanks that one back down low. Michael Peak has cut his hair, making it a little more difficult to identify him. For most of the year, last season, all you had to look for was the flowing blonde hair, and you knew where Michael Peak was on the ice at any time. Not so much the case anymore as the puck bounces in behind. Peak's got it, though. Bouncing puck can't be settled down. Follow-up chance, and he scores. From the left wing face-off circle, Team Hoey's on the board. 13 minutes left in the second period. It's 4-1.
Yeah, great shot right there. That one bounced out in front. And an open shot for Team Hoey. And a great finish over that left shoulder of Papathanasiou. And tucked it top right for the first goal.
Left-handed shot playing on his strong side. Favorite place to go for left-handed shooters. Cross the body on the goaltender, right up over the glove. Team Hoey's on the board, and Evans got the puck right now. High clear up off the glass. Will roll all the way down for an icing. As the arm of the official goes up, we will have a stoppage in play. As we do not have any fans in the stands per se. We've got the players from Team Mecca and Team Peters who have showed up a little early. Trip Russell in the stands right now, Mike Bolger. Head coach of the Gamecocks, Alan Sirois, down to our right. Assistant coach, John Copelandberg. No coaches on the bench, though we do see equipment manager Emma Moore to the left of the Team Egan bench. Egan's got the puck, and at least we thought for a second he would. Instead, after the clear by Hoey, it's knifed off the stick of Julian Reese. And a little bit of chaos there at the Team Hoey blue line as the Egans try to move this one back in. It's moved back out towards center. Tyler Oakley, 11:30 to go, 4-1 the score, thanks to a pretty solid shot there from the left wing circle off the stick of one of the anonymous players. Again, once the new jerseys come in, we've got some numbers. We'll be a little better at keeping track of who's who. Long shot from Oakley. Sticked aside by Gormley, backhanded away by Evan Hoey, and now flipped all the way back out to center, where Oakley will start the sequence once again. Egan swings back to the safety of his own net behind Papathanasiou and takes the center lane on the zone exit. Egan out across center red. Taken away, and a 2-on-0 develops. Ian Powderly's got it. Right on. Powderly has his pocket picked, and Papathanasiou made the save. Great hustle there by Ronan Egan to get back. Ian Powderly thought he had a little more real estate than he actually did.
Yeah, ran out of room there as the defense for Team Egan tracked him down and forced that shot to not get everything Powderly could get on it. And Papathanasiou stops it from crossing that line.
Everybody's looking to build up their legs a little bit more. Powderly among them. Halfway point in this hockey game. In behind the goal, a backhand shot by 23 in white. Scored the last goal for Team Egan at the end of the first period as Michael Peak settles the bouncing puck down. Shovels a backhander in and out of the glove of Gormley. Takes some contact at the top of the blue plate. And the puck bounces up off the glass. After that one, Rob Lawrence guarded now instead and moved along by Ian Powderly. Near side, not really a hit though, more of a hug in that near side corner. Ian Powderly across center red. Maybe looking to generate another scoring chance after feeling gypped on that last one. Blows a couple of edges and goes into the far side corner. Powderly throws a hand to the ceiling, lets us know he's no worse for wear.
Made a nice snow angel over there as well.
If anybody, as this shot goes down for a cover, if anybody on the Gamecock squad is worthy of the designation of a character, it would be 7 in garnet, or Ian Powderly, because he's not wearing 7 or garnet tonight. He has been assigned the number 7, though, once the jerseys arrive. Now, Evan Hoey has told me that the players might be switching jerseys and throwing them around, so once we hammered that down, we will let you know. Near side, puck flipped back out towards center. Julian Reese, the lone defenseman back, if you will. 2-on-1, cross-ice pass right around in front. Papathanasiou gets across and kicks it out with the left pad. Back the other way. Egan has his pocket picked by Joe Collega. No matter. Team Egan follows on with numbers. A slot shot stopped by Gormley. The stick save moved into the corner now. Bounce back off the dasher. Hoey comes back, applies some pressure. In behind the goal, Joe Collega joins him. Hoey can't mind the puck out. Egan's got it. Back to the point. Oakley, long shot, knocked down on its way. Follow-up chance. A couple of players lock into each other. Off the shin guards of Joe Collega, the puck is brought back out by the Iamsville, Maryland native. And the shot right on in behind the goal after the blocker saved by the Team Egan goaltender. Hoey winds and fires that one wide. May have been deflected right before it got to the net. Now a turning pass there, knocked down. Back the other way, it'll be carried by Ronan Egan. Julian Reese with a full head of steam tries to undress Hoey there. He can't do it. The puck instead knocked far side for Egan. On the backhander, shot, save, rebound. Gormley gets across. The follow-up chance, and Egan scores. 2 saves by Gormley. He throws his hands up. What was I supposed to do on that one? Egan gives him a little friendly shove. 1, 2, 3, and the third try went in on the backhand for Ronan Egan.
Yeah, Gormley made a nice first save there and a better second one as he slides all the way over to keep that rebound out, but it bounced out to the same spot. And the third shot was not missed as that one was roofed into the top of the net for goal number 5 now for Team Egan, excuse me.
It is. It's tough to keep everything straight here. Team Egan now with a 5-1 lead. We're waiting for that 5th goal to be put up on the board here at the Plex. Just under 7 minutes to go in the second period. Ronan Egan now has a goal to keep his 2 assists company. In behind the Team Egan goal off the outside of the cage, Ian Powderly has it. Back up to the point, has some trouble with that one. Powderly again on the right wing. Steps in towards the slot, and he tries to feed Rob Lawrence. The puck too far behind him. He can't reach out with the stick, and Powderly wanted the one-timer. He kicked the leg out to keep the puck in front of him. Now a wraparound chance. Follow up. The net is off, and no goal called. Papathanassiou may have kicked it off with the left pad. As he comes back, he covers the wraparound.
Yeah, that was a smart play on the wraparound opportunity there, but better play by Papathanassiou to get all the way over and prevent that shot from coming in. Great awareness by the new goalkeeper.
Net back on. It will be an offensive zone opportunity here for Team Hoey. Off the face-off win, it's knocked away. Dom Centracchio able to send a stretch pass up, and what a move here. 23 in white on the back end. Tries to muscle his way in on goal. Gormley shuts that one down, and he will elect to play this one. Centracchio in on the forecheck, gets the puck back for Team Egan. It's sent all the way back in. After this one is Rob Lawrence. On the far side, there is stretch pass up off the stick of Ian Powderly. The man who fed him the puck with the gray socks there along the far side boards next to Powderly was the owner of the only Team Hoey goal. In behind Team Egan's net, Kerry Neville brings this one out. Some forechecking there, stalls the rush. Brought back ahead, though, by Michael Peake. He gives it new life. Drops this one off. 23 in white, steps towards the slot. Nice move out, and a shot there goes off the helmet of Liam Gormley. So we saw him go heel to heel there. Some solid footwork by a prospect to keep an eye on.
Yeah, he has certainly been a standout so far in this one. Not many highlight plays to this point. A couple of nice shots on net, a couple of nice saves. But number 23 in white has made some dandies of moves into the offensive zone.
You know more or less what you're going to get from the veterans and the returning players. It's a point shot there from Julian Reese has knocked out Gormley, able to shut down the second opportunity as well. You know what you're going to get from the returning players. It is these new guys, these unknown players out there that, you know, kind of have a shake at the roster, but you don't know exactly what they can bring. So a lot of opportunities to be pleasantly surprised here from a lot of these players. Egan on a breakout pass, a little too hot for Jack Ahlstrom to handle. Bounces away from him, chipped aside, and now back the other way. Maybe a 2-on-1. Joe Collega, the lone man back. He lays out, and Gormley is able to get a glove on that quick snapshot from the near side wing and hang on for a face-off here. 3:54 to go. Still 5-1 in favor of Team Egan.
Yeah, nice play off the board there by Joe Collega to hold on to the puck and work it into the offensive zone. Created opportunities for his team and got a shot on net, shut down by Gormley.
Jack Ahlstrom off the draw, sends it up the near side wing. Tyler Oakley. As Julian Reese drops back there, the two defensemen, a 3-on-2. Pulling up and shooting. That one, it goes up and over the net. Papathanassiou waves it down one with his goal stick. Puck rolls along to the far side boards now. There, that 5th goal's finally been put up on the boards now. High shot tipped by perhaps a high stick. Yep, they will blow it dead. Someone was waving a little too high with their stick there. And the play blown down. Just over 3 minutes to go here. Second period.
Yeah, that offensive zone opportunity starting with a bit of an off-speed shot on Papathanassiou as a poke check on the shot sent that puck flying into the air and kind of caught everybody off balance. But good recovery to keep that puck out and a couple more good chances.
You can hear Evan Hoey going back and forth with his assistant coach John Kochlenberg in the stands as a chance goes off the outside of the goal. Looks like that net might be off. Play will continue here. Back out towards center. Hoey goes D to D with Collega. A couple of right-handed shooting defensemen working the same pair. They've been together, I believe, this entire game. Cross-ice pass. Collega tries to go off the backhand of his stick between his legs. He can't do it. And now back in for an offensive opportunity for Team Egan. Centering pass, and Joe Collega will gladly take that one and wrap it up off the high glass. 2-on-1 develops out of this one. It is Hoey, and it goes right between the wickets. Back out towards center. And another rush down to our left for Team Egan with some speed down the left side. Fought off there by Joe Collega. Rinse and repeat. Offensive opportunity for Egan, shut down by Collega. Back they come again. We try again. It is Egan. Centering pass tipped on its way. Almost deflected in by 23 in white. He and Egan have linked up a handful of times here. And it almost works out now. Powderly down the left wing. Nice curl and drag to the backhand, and it rolls off his tape. Solid back checking there by Michael Peak for the second time to deny Ian Powderly of a sure goal. Right around in front off of Peak, and it's loose. Finally a whistle here. Looking for that puck. It was underneath Papathanassiou. Play stops. The clock keeps rolling, though, 1:20.
Yeah, finally a little bit of back and forth action as some excitement on both ends this time at the expense of Papathanassiou, who couldn't find that puck, but eventually it was iced underneath him. No goal.
Breakout pass off the boards taken by Dom Centracchio. He's going to double back here and survey the lay of the land. He doesn't like his options, so he throws this one back in, and icing will be called. Maybe one more play here. With 50 seconds to go in the second period, we'll get maybe a face-off and a couple of shots. It is a little strange to see that clock keep rolling while we're getting set up for the next play. Gives you some football vibes.
Yeah, a bit of an adjustment for us and probably the players on the ice as well.
Tons of adjustments, really for everybody over the last little while here. We are just glad to be able to bring you some Gamecock hockey no matter what it looks like. No matter if the clock keeps running, if everybody's got mismatched jerseys, we're just happy to be bringing you some hockey here from the Plex. Back out at the point, 13 seconds to go in this second period. Jack Ahlstrom's got it with some speed. Taken away from him and moved back in. On the follow-up chance, in behind the Team Egan goal. After this one is Ian Powderly. And time expires. 2 periods have been played. We'll take a brief break before the third. 5-1, Team Egan after 2. Welcome back as we are just about ready to start the third period here. 5-1 the score. Team Egan leading Team Hoey. And the opening game of the USCHL. The matchup after this one, which will begin immediately following an ice cut. Team Mecca against Team Peters. And Team Peters will be wearing the dark-colored jerseys for that one. A 12-minute third period. Rolling clock. I guess they want to keep things moving here as this one played back in behind the Team Egan goal. Off the boards there, Ronan Egan gets after it, and quickly after him, Rob Lawrence reverses. In the offensive zone, a chance here, quickly snuffed out. Team Egan gets things rolling back the other way. Rob Lawrence back to shut things down once again. Cross-ice pass to the near side, Joe Collega. Out off the boards, bouncing puck, gloved down by Tyler Oakley. And now it's taken by Dominic Centracchio. He's got Julian Reese down the right side. Tries to follow up on a backhand. Bit of an awkward pass in his skates. He was trying to make the most out of it. And a centering pass there will go all the way back down. No icing, as it was Julian Reese who cleared it out of the offensive zone. A little frustrated with himself, gives the stick a smack on the ice. And Team Egan will try to break it out once again. Egan down the left side. The captain carries the puck himself. Back in behind the goal, facing some pressure. He spins off his check as Centracchio tries to play this one into the slot there for Julian Reese. And now, again, Team Hoey fights its way back out towards center as Tyler Oakley chips his puck back in all the way around, goes for a line change. Back in transition, some fresh legs for Team Hoey. They'll drop this one off top of the circle, moving things back down low below the hash marks. A cross-ice pass. Can't find any sticks. It does find Ian Powderly now. Off the boards, a nice little play to himself between his legs. Right around in front, Papathanassiou kicks that one aside. A classic Ian Powderly move is shut down once again, and Jack Ahlstrom comes back in transition. Right wing shot, kicked aside by Gormley. Bounces back out to the point, they'll move it back down low. Off the skates of Ahlstrom, it skitters into the right wing corner. Ahlstrom is after it. Team Hoey comes away with possession, and the rolling puck held in the offensive zone, though. Team Egan, another chance right around in front. Ahlstrom off the deflection, he scores. Right place, right time. Some solid work in the offensive zone, and Jack Ahlstrom is rewarded.
Yeah, great offensive shift by Ahlstrom. And that goal deflected in, sent right to the stick of the man standing out in front of Liam Gormley and bend into the back of the net as Team Egan now takes a 6-1 lead.
Believe it was Kerry Neville that took that shot. He's got the puck right now as he spins away from a forechecker, and that puck goes off the toe of his stick, not exactly the way he wanted it. Jack Ahlstrom kind of throws a hit into Joe Collega, and now Team Egan carries back in again. Into the slot, Michael Peak, one goal already. Some nice hands here. Near side, Kerry Neville's shot, easily gobbled up and held by Liam Gormley. Nice little flash of offensive creativity there by Michael Peak, some solid hands. And that's another exciting thing we have to look forward to is the development of these players that started to show some real promise at the end of the season, like Michael Peak. Again, he was able to impact games a little more heavily in the second half of the season, 3 goals, 6 assists for 9 points. But we get to see these good young players come back and get even better. Joe Collega at center red. 8.5 to go, rolling clock in the third period. A shot save made there by Papathanassiou. Loose in front. Collega tries to pick it out. It goes off the skate of the goaltender, off the left post and out. Back at the point, Hoey, one-time shot, comes free, near side, sharp angle. They'll send this one back in front, too far for Ian Powderly. 23 in white, generator of a solid maybe 40% of the Team Egan offense. All the time when he's on the ice, they've got a solid chance to put the puck in the back of the net. Picked up, and now a 2-on-1 counterattack here for Team Hoey. Quick shot there, right into the glove, maybe out of the glove of Aris Papathanassiou. Puck played off the dasher to the far side boards. Jousting for it, Kerry Neville. Following up on it, Ronan Egan. And now they will bring this one out to the right wing. Dropped off and taken now. Julian Reese in white with no numbers on his back. Follow-up chance, Michael Peak swats at that one. It's blocked by the skates of Evan Hoey. And his team charges back with numbers. 3-on-2. Dropped off. Ronan Egan in front. A chance there knocked down off the shin guard of Tyler Oakley. Julian Reese takes over. And a collision at the blue line. That is the one thing about this is nobody wants to get hurt. Nobody wants to hurt anybody else, especially not in the first game back. So don't expect any colossal hits, at least not yet. Egan flips this one end over end. Nice little advance pass here, and one deke too many right in front of the goaltender, Liam Gormley. That'll get some chirps from Joe Collega on the bench. Jack Ahlstrom following on. Gormley easily sticks that one aside. Taken by Ronan Egan. Top of the circles. Again, a shot there off the outside of the goal. Another one of the indistinguishable, I should say, players for Team Egan. 6:30 to go here in this third period.
And Papathanassiou stood strong on that shift there. First sequence had a shot that he saved the rebound, came back out, and A puck destined for the net, squeaked between his legs, but hit his skate before hitting the post and bouncing out. Lucky break there for Team Egan.
Another breakout here for Team Ahoe. Covering back now is Tyler Oakley. Centering pass, Jack Ahlstrom gets back. A simple team. Team Hoey, they seem to favor that 2-on-1 and try to get the backdoor pass. Perhaps they favor it a little too much as icing is called right here. As time and time again, the Team Egan defenders seem pretty deft at reading that play and shutting it down.
Yeah, they've done a good job tonight. Not many offensive opportunities for Team Hoey, but when they do work that puck into the offensive zone, they get shut down. And strong play in front of the first-time goalie, at least first-time viewing for us.
Would be incredibly impressive if this was the first time Papathanasia strapped on the goalie pads, although we can tell it's not his first rodeo here at the Plex. Little bump pass there, easily negated back by some strong back checking from Evan Hoey. He wraps this one up around the glass. Nicely onto the stick there of Ian Powderly. Has some trouble with it again, and it's taken all the way back in. Powderly seems to be the most noticeable player on the ice now for Team Hoey. He's got the puck most of the time. He's trying to make the most creative plays, but you can sense his touch is just a little bit off here as we return to play. Offensive zone opportunity for Team Egan. Right into the slot, a rising shot goes high over the shoulder of Gormley. Hoey tries to clear it. It catches a stanchion. Michael Peak on it. A brief announcement there from public address announcer and DJ Ben Smith. Not entirely sure what he's trying to do, but in the defensive zone now, we do know that Team Egan is trying to regroup. And that regroup is cut off, sent back in, and now moved back out. Up and ahead for Michael Peak down the right side. Knocked off his stick by Joe Collega, and a collision there, Ian Powderly. Again, coming away with that puck, making aggressive strides up towards center and into the offensive zone. Follow-up chance, fought off. Rob Lawrence with the puck. Pivoting, riding the circles, cross-ice pass, and a fanned-on chance there. Could have been a great cross-ice pass. And a chance for Team Hoey to double their score. But instead, the puck rolls free and in behind the goal. Ian Powderly has his team down 6-1. Lawrence just throws that one back out, and miscommunication. One of the players going for a line change there. Nobody really seems to want it. And now Rob Lawrence on the near side. Under 4 minutes, Lawrence content to just throw this puck back in. Again, 7 returning Gamecock regulars for Team Hoey. 5 of them for Team Egan. Now a nice breakout pass, stretch pass off the stick of Dominic Centracchio. Played out by the goaltender Liam Gormley. The other Gamecock netminder last season, Trip Russell, will be suiting up for Team Mecca. You will see him within the hour. Chance right in front, taken away there by Julian Reese, who has taken a bit more of a defensive role in this game. Just because he put up 27 goals last season does not mean he isn't well handled in the defensive zone. But here he is in the offensive zone corner. A pass too far for Centracchio. Following on, Oakley fakes the shot and drops it back in for Centracchio. Moves it back up for Tyler Oakley. Bouncing puck settled down. And they'll move it back under once again. 2.5 to go here in the third period. 6-1 lead for Team Egan. Team Hoey trying to generate some offense. Icing washed out here after an unsuccessful stretch pass and a saucer there. Nicely blocked aside by Tyler Oakley. And Ronan Egan starts things again. Down the left side, cutting into the slot. A rising shot again off the shaft of, I believe, Joe Collega's stick. If not Collega's, then Hoey's. Loose puck in the left wing faceoff circle. They'll joust for it there along the far side boards. And now move it back in behind the goal. Ronan Egan has to come back, and a bit of a blind pass there. Taken by Michael Peak. Sends that one in on goal. Pinballs through some shin guards. And rolls free for Ronan Egan. Another cross-ice saucer pass. Kind of went end over end there. And Tyler Oakley content to just chip this one back in. Michael Peak behind the goal. Hounded there by Evan Hoey. Knocked off the puck with 90 seconds left in this first game here of the USCHL. Peak off the frame. Backhand pass into the slot there, and Ronan Egan cracks the bar. Follow-up chance goes wide. Team Hoey regrouping here. Maybe one last gasp. A Fandon clearing attempt, a shot. Gormley fights that one aside and smacks it out with the paddle. Rebound chance in front. They score. 7 goals for Team Egan. Gormley's stick goes flying. And more offense generated by Ronan Egan and Michael Peak.
Yeah, Gormley not happy there with less than a minute now in this one as he came out into the net to make a nice first save, but couldn't ice that puck. It squeaked out, and he left that whole net open and couldn't get over in time as Team Egan tucks home number 7 here tonight.
3 assists for Ronan Egan. 4 points with that goal. In the final 35 seconds here, Ian Powderly tries to undress yet another player. He does it once, and Julian Reese has seen enough. He knocks Powderly off the puck. Centracchio forechecking here. Gets a little too happy with the forecheck there, and the rolling puck back the other way. Rob Lawrence is onside. Plays with it just inside the offensive zone blue line. 15 seconds to go in a 7-1 game. Lawrence will just skate it in behind the net. Move back out to the point. And one last stretch pass here. Can't be handled. The clock will hit zeros. The first game is in the books here. 7-1 final score. Team Egan takes down Team Hoey. They get the first win. And we've got our first game under our belts here.
Yeah, you can tell a little bit of knocking off the rust here. First game back for a lot of folks. And you saw some positives, some negatives, but I'm sure they have all fall and winter to work on those skills here in the USCHL. And excited to see the next 2 teams come out here in a second.
As we said, 4 points for Ronan Egan. Julian Reese tacks on a goal. Michael Peak opened the scoring for us. Dominic Centracchio got on the boards as well. First game in the books, and well, maybe 15 or 20 minutes here. We will bring you the second game. They'll cut the ice. Zach and I will take a break, maybe knock a little more rust off ourselves. And in a little bit, we will bring you Team Mecca and Team Peters here on the Capital City Sports Network. Welcome back to the Capital City Sports Network, where we are about to start Game 2 here of the USCHL. Team Mecca and Team Peters. Nick Peters, his team in the dark uniforms, the black and dark blue. They move left to right against Team Mecca in the cobbling together of gray and white and gold. They've got the puck right now. It's Mike Bolger off the turnover, kicked aside by new goaltender Trevor Corsello. Right back out to center, and right off the hop, we've got a pretty explosive game, more so than the one we just saw. Chad Lazine knocked off the puck there. Taken away in Team Peters on the breakout. Tried to be picked up, and I believe that was Luke Rudman. As it's moved back in, Corsello stops this one. Avery Pruden goes back to his captain, Nick Peters. Peters, 5 goals, 16 assists, 21 points. One of the more offensively gifted Gamecock defensemen. Played some time up at center on the 4th line while Corey Hawkinson was injured. Hawkinson, one of the graduated Gamecocks. He and Alex Siegfried depart the Gamecock organization, as well as grad student Duncan Hickman. But the rest of the club remains intact. 15-minute running clock first period. We had 17 minutes in the first 2 last game and 12 by the third period. It was a 7-1 win for the team captained by Ronan Egan. Trevor Corsello, the goaltender, down to our left, and to our right, Ryan Lamberta. Trip Russell is on the bench for Team Peters, Team Mecca rather, and I believe the 3 of them will rotate in, so at some point they'll play for both teams. 2 minutes gone here in the opening period. Team Mecca, Team Peters, no score, although a great chance right off the hop from Mike Bolger, who has been split up from the player he had the most chemistry with in Julian Reese last season. Bolger had a pretty solid offensive outing himself. 18 goals, 14 assists for 32 points in his freshman season. As he sees that puck dug out right in front of him in the offensive zone, they'll move this one back around. Coming down from the point, a little fanned-on chance there. Team Peters able to hold it in at the line. A long shot right in, gloved and held by Ryan Lamberta, his first save of the night.
Yeah, a little more action out of the gate for these two offenses and two new goalies in net for both squads. It's Trevor Corsello, Ryan Lamberta. Excited to see what they have in store. It's good to see a roster full of goalies for the South Carolina squad right now.
After the year we have had in the past, especially if nothing will come close to 18-19. There's a chance right in front, shut down by Lamberta. I still remember being at that tryout. Showed up, there's 40 skaters on the ice and not a goaltender in sight. The Gamecocks were praying for a goalie to come along. Eventually, Kyle Grasky and Zach Lynch did. They carried the Gamecocks as best they could through that season. And a shot again, kicked aside by Lamberta. And the year immediately following, that was 1920, they get two outstanding freshmen in Liam Gormley and Trip Russell. Gormley named to one of the ACHA All-Rookie teams. And now a chance here, Gerard Burke down the left wing. A quick flip shot there, blocker to side by Corsello. Puck picked up by Chad Lazine. He's had some trouble with it there, able to settle it back down. Lazine for Team Mecca. As this puck comes up and out, touches the netting. Faceoff will come inside the zone, and as we said, Cam Mecca unable to come and represent Team Mecca tonight. But when he comes back, the true Gamecock captain, we've referred to Evan Hoey, Nick Peters, and Cam Mecca, they are the captains of their respective teams. But when the Gamecock club hockey team takes the ice in January, there is one guy wearing the C, and that is Cam Mecca.
Yeah, and he was the captain not only on the ice, but in the locker room for this Gamecock team. And whenever you needed a big goal, he was always there.
Cam Mecca, an offensive catalyst, if there ever was one. Not the most gifted hands on the team, and certainly not bad hands by any stretch of the imagination, but his bread and butter were his skating legs. Boy, when he turned them on, he tucked his shoulder down low, got the inside edge on a defenseman, and anybody in the league was hard-pressed to stop Mecca when he put the shoulder down like that and drove to the goal. Led himself to 20 goals, 12 assists, 32 points last year.
Yeah, 32 points, but the play that stood out to me from him last year was on the defensive end with the season on the line against Coastal Carolina. He made a diving stop in an empty net to save that game. The Gamecocks would score the tying goal and win it in overtime to keep their season alive, basically.
Anything you needed, offensive or defensive, Cam Mecca was there.
All heart from Cam Mecca last season, and you can expect some more of that this year.
10 minutes left in this opening period. No score thanks to some solid saves by Trevor Corsello down to our right, Ryan Lamberta. I flipped them already. Corsello down to our left, Lamberta down to our right. In behind the goal, they move this one back out. In the offensive zone, Team Peters goes to work here. Circling around an official, watched there by Chad Lazine. Takes a little bit of a whack on the hands. And the centering pass shut down. They rag that play in the corner and wrap it around to the far side now. Team Peters tries to go back to work. In behind the goal line. Short little 10-foot pass, and now it's moved back out to the point to Nick Peters. It is tipped off, I believe, the shaft of Chad Lazine's stick. It goes up over the glass, out of play. Stoppage with approximately 9 minutes to go in the first.
Yeah, and the clock rolling can actually be a good thing for these squads as it helps the stamina keep going. As those legs have to keep moving, play keeps going. And we'll see if that carries over.
Everybody's trying to get back into game shape. Got a lot of time to do it here, but it'll be interesting to see the competitive nature that this league takes on, and the better guys get into shape and are able to skate and stay with it for a full game. Avery Pruden is waved at there by Mike Bolger. Can't come away with the puck. They'll fire this one back in. And Team Mecca will try to work this one back out. A turnover right around in front. Bouncing puck in front of Ryan Lamberta's goal. And now it's picked up by Bolger. One-on-one against Peters. He's going to try to take him wide. Now they've got numbers back. Bolger centering pass waved at there. Chad Lazine going hard to the goal. It ends up right in the breadbasket of Trevor Corsello. He stops play, gets a face-off here. 8:15 to go in the first.
Nice play by Bolger there, working it down the right side and then flipping that puck in, hoping Lazine could get a stick on it and push it past Corsello. But Lazine not getting there in time, and Corsello coming up with a save.
We talk about hands. It is one of, if not the strengths of Mike Bolger. He and Julian Reese possess the two quickest releases on this club by far. Maybe Owen Thomas, a close third there. Thomas unable to be with us here tonight. He'll come back. You will see the speed of Owen Thomas within the weeks to come. Across the offensive blue line, here comes Team Mecca, taken hard into the boards there, and a delayed penalty. 2 minutes for a board, as Chad Lazine got a rough ride there. And one of the defensive standouts from the evaluation skate is on his way to the penalty box.
Yeah, some apologies there. It wasn't intentional, but just a run-in into the boards and a nasty spill there. As you can see why players at this level wear the mask. Without that one, that might have been a couple of teeth on the ice.
Physical play a little more in this game than it had been in the previous one on this sheet of ice. 2-minute power play here with the running clock for Cam Mecca's team. That play is shaved down there by Avery Pruden. And now Matt Owen picks things up here. Rolling back down to our right. He gets the puck to Nick Peters. Short-handed, tries to work it through. Cannot do it. Matt Owen in his first appearance here at the Plex since first semester last year. After that, he went to Barcelona. Spent a semester over there. Nick Peters away from a diving play there. 1:28 to go on the man advantage. And Team Mecca in the middle of a line change here. The short-handed unit able to chip this one back in behind the net. Pops all the way up in the air and settles in the near face-off circle. Finally, out of all this, the short-handed team gets another chance on the wraparound. Lamberta kicks that one aside and rolls back out for Chad Lazine. Team Mecca sets up again on the power play. Lazine loses an edge. Peters relieves him of possession, and now Ryan McGowan is offsides. And with 53 seconds on the man advantage, 5:43 to go in the first, we will set up for another face-off. Ryan McGowan does not have numbers on the back of his sweater. I believe someone's taped something on his back. We'll follow that as time progresses here. McGowan's got the puck now. I believe someone taped the word pig onto the back of his jersey. I'm not 100% sure. McGowan on the breakout pass here. 20 seconds to go. Maybe we'll get an interview with McGowan after the game and see if he knew that was there. A shot. They score. Gerard Burke fires that one past the blocker side of Trevor Corsello. The first goal in this game belongs to Team Mecca. It's a power play goal.
Yeah, on the first power play we've seen so far tonight, and a great shot. Found his way into the slot, did Burke. And that one-on-one with Trevor Corsello didn't miss. Good finish there to put Team Mecca out in front 1-0.
About 4.5 to go here in the first period. The power play goal for Gerard Burke. Parker West has the puck now for Team Peters. I was tempted to say for South Carolina, but a little too broad for this particular setting. Flip play out off the glass. Parker West settles this one down. He pinches in. The Gamecock right-handed defenseman swivels this one all the way back around. Moved up to the point. Muscled off there by Chad Lazine. Not afraid to throw his weight around. Knock guys off the puck. And a bouncing puck ends up on top of the net. That play immediately blown dead. Mike Bolger tried to cover that puck with his hand. The officials blew it dead quickly, though. 3:48 to go, first period, still 1-0.
Yeah, Team Peters trying to answer at the other end. Had a great shorthanded opportunity on that power play. Or solo effort, really, keeping that puck in the offensive zone shorthanded and a couple of chances. But so far, nothing doing against Lamberta.
Defensive zone draw won by Team Mecca. Now trying to skate this one out, instead doubling back. Backhanded zone exit pass goes too far. So Team Peters will chip this one back in. They'll race into cover. Unable to be held in at the line there. Parker West a little frustrated with himself. He'll chip this one off the boards on his backhand. It rolls back in. Change in possession. Breakout back the other way. Serpentining his way through center now to the left wing. 3 minutes exactly. He'll stop on the goal line. Centering pass goes too far. Back out to the point. They go center point and flip this one all the way up and out of play. 2:49 to go in the first. Still 1-0. And a defensive zone face-off, a neutral zone face-off, rather, coming down towards the Team Peters end.
Yeah, tough break for Team Mecca there. Had worked the puck around in the offensive zone, had a good possession, a lot of room, but that puck sent out of play in the face-off into the neutral zone, now won by Team Peters.
Avery Pruden softly tosses that one on goal. Playing D with Nick Peters. They were tethered together for a considerable amount of time this year. Both of them played forward most, if not all, of their high school careers. And they had to be moved back to defense once they got to South Carolina. Coach Sirwa liked them there. They liked the way they played. They've really adapted well because none of us knew that they weren't defensemen until a year and a half into their playing careers here at South Carolina. And here's a break back the other way. On the backhand, centering pass, knocked off the line there by Peters. Rolling puck settled down. And no surprises here. Nick Peters does a great job to get back and save his team a goal. Lost stick in the corner. I believe Hunter Jackal. He'll pick that one up, and the puck in the near side. Deep in the corner. Minute 20 to go here in this first period. They'll try to break this one back out. Watched there by Avery Pruden. It's chipped back in behind him. Gerard Burke pressuring the goaltender Trevor Corsello. He'll make that play up the far side boards. Now the breakout pass in the middle of a line change. Easy shot there, patted away, and the rebound kicked right back out. And now Ryan McGowan back the other way for Team Mecca. Tries to make a move, driving wide. He's shepherded back down below the goal line. Makes a pass on his backhand, and Chad Lazine gets after that one. Inside a minute to go. Bouncing puck, too much for Mike Bolger to handle. Nick Peters comes back in to get it. Turned over, Chad Lazine, near side. Hounded there by two Team Peters defenders. And a chance there, Ryan McGowan sends that one hard and wide. McGowan swinging over, this play chipped back out through center ice. Hunter Jackal, the last man back for Team Mecca. Gains the red line. As it knifed off his stick, and Parker West picks up. At center red now into the offensive zone. West driving wide down the left wing. Tries to drop it off in front. Following on, Chad Lazine negates that one. McGowan turned over, though, Gerard Burke, and they'll flip this one back in. Cross-corner dump. Evades the gloved hand of Hunter Jackal. And the clock hits zeros. 15 minutes in the books here, one period. I have a feeling the amount of time it takes to play one period is going to fluctuate here as these games and weeks go by. But one period in the books, 1-0 the score in favor of Team Mecca, thanks to the goal by Gerard Burke. Zach and I will step aside, take a breather, and when we come back, second period here, Team Mecca and Team Peters on the Capital City Sports Network. Second period about to begin here. Team Mecca moving left to right here in this one. Ryan Lamberta follows them down. He's the goaltender down to our left. Trip Russell is between the pipes for Team Peters down to our right. Peters has the puck off the faceoff. Here goes D-to-D with Avery Pruden. Sends it right back across near side for Nick Peters. Turned over right away. Mike Bolger tries to stick handle his way through Avery Pruden. Shut down, and now Matt Owen takes over here at center red. Into the offensive zone, tries to feed Luke Rudman. Rudman, the overtime hero, has a chance right around in front. Diving out to cover that one, Ryan Lamberta. But Luke Rudman was the overtime hero in the last ACHA game to be played here. A 7-6 win in overtime over Clemson. Gamecocks take home the Palmetto Cup. And a ton of memories from that game.
Yeah, that was one of the more exciting games we've had here at the Plex. A sold-out crowd, and they were really into it as well.
Came right down to the wire. Gamecocks looked to be in the driver's seat for most of the game. Tigers end up tying it up. The Gamecocks almost with the go-ahead goal right at the end of regulation as this puck pops back out the blue line, but a little more than halfway through overtime. Owen Thomas driving the play, shoots one off the outside of the cage. Later on, it is tipped back by Luke Rudman into the empty net. Now a shot there, nicely patted aside by Trip Russell. Looked like Chad Lazine with a solid opportunity. Mike Bolger tries to feed him on the back end from the near side. Bolger centering pass there. A shot, Gerard Burke goes up and out of play.
Yeah, nice start for Trip Russell there. Good save. Last time we saw him in action, it was the overtime loss to Auburn, if I'm not mistaken. Had 35 saves in that game. Played unbelievable, but that last goal just squeaked in overtime. Broke the hearts of the Gamecocks in Nashville, Tennessee.
That game was a gong show, and that's why it was such a strange season, because Gamecocks for the first time were really heavy favorites in that tournament. Now a 2-on-1 back down to our left. A shot stopped there by Lamberta. The Gamecocks heavy favorites in that SEC tournament in Nashville. They get snuffed out in the opening round by Auburn. And the eventual SEC champions, Ole Miss, would be their second matchup at regionals. The Gamecocks, after defeating College of Charleston, face off against Ole Miss, which was really kind of the heavyweight fight everybody was hoping for in Nashville. The Gamecocks take that one 5-2, and again, as we said, punch their ticket to nationals in Texas, and then everything gets put on hold and eventually canceled by the time March ends. Now a shot nicely patted aside there by Ryan Lamberta. Didn't see that one until it was already on him, and a solid collision along the near side. Through the slot, can't be held in by Parker West. Bouncer back out towards center. Nicely advanced and chipped right back in, on and off the tape there. It goes into Hunter Jackal's corner. Under 12 to play here. This one chipped back out. Now Team Mecca gathering speed down the right side, pulling up top of the circles. Move back under for Parker West. D-to-D, he goes with Avery Pruden. And that one will miss for an icing. Luke Rudman thought he had beaten it there. Another one of the more animated players on this Gamecock roster. Under 11:30 to go here in this second period. Still 1-0.
Well, while we're talking about nationals not happening, you can bet that this Gamecock team is certainly looking for vengeance this year after working their tails off to earn that spot and then not having the opportunity to compete. All things going correctly, hopefully in 2021 we'll see that opportunity again.
Yeah. It's going to be a hungry team here in South Carolina, and it's going to be a conference full of hungry teams, because not the ending to the season that they had wanted or felt that they deserved. And really, you play that much into the year, you play that well, you do deserve to go a little farther. That shot goes wide past the blocker of Trip Russell. Right in front, Nick Peters rags that play. Again, the Gamecocks in a heavy conference in the SEC. Teams like Georgia, Georgia Tech, Clemson on the rise. Again, they showed in that last game here at the end of February that they've got some pushback to them, and when they're fully healthy, They are not a team to be taken lightly. That has been the problem for Clemson much of the last few years. Lots of injuries and players not being able to give their full time commitments to the team due to fraternity activities and other things like that. But the Gamecocks are not exactly the only team in the SEC worth watching. Avery Prudent, top of the circle's offensive chance goes up off the stick of Ryan McGowan into the netting. Under 10 minutes to go here. Still a 1-0 lead.
Well, a big storyline for the South Carolina club hockey team last year was the youth in the team. There was so much young talent on the team, and the majority of it's returning this year. Only 3 seniors leaving. 5th-year Duncan Hickman graduating or using up the rest of his eligibility, I should say, last year. And Corey Hawkinson, Alex Siegfried graduating as well.
The best part about having that young team is they get to kind of grow up together and learn to play for an extended amount of time here. And it seems, as we will come to find out over the next few weeks, that there is another wave of youth waiting in the wings here to join Gamecock hockey once it returns to competitive action and bolster the group further.
When you talk about promising players, you finally got a name on number 23 that was playing in the last one. I believe he had at least 1 goal.
That's right. We were talking about that. Dean DeFazio, 23 in white, playing for Team Egan. I believe those two know each other going back their time growing up in eastern Pennsylvania. In front, that puck is smothered and the helmet knocked off of Ryan Lamberta. Apologies all around. Not exactly intentional. Not intentional at all.
Gets to show off the flow a little bit.
Always fun to watch who's let their hair grow out over the last 6 months. It was a lot of people. Assistant coach John Cokelenberg, who is not in the stands right now. He kept his hair pretty short for most of the season last year. And when I ran into him at the beginning of this month, he had a pretty respectable head of hair on him. Back in the offensive zone, Team Peters works here. Swiveling on that far side corner, Luke Rudman. A power forward if there ever was one. An agitator, great forechecker. Plays a Patrick Hornquist style game. Not an out-and-out goal scorer, but he will do everything he can to try and put the puck in the back of the net. A cross-ice pass there just would not connect. A bouncing puck kind of pinballs around. Goes wide, and Trip Russell does not have to make a save. And Team Mecca will try to start things out again from their own end in behind their own blue line. Off the skate of Lazine, that puck pops up high. You talked about it's a good thing they wear those face cages, and there's another reason right there. You heard that puck pop off the wiring in front, and a nice glove save. Trip Russell punching that puck aside. Kind of sprawled out there on the rebound. Able to keep it away, and Parker West carries things up. Ryan McGowan. Those two, West and McGowan, were oftentimes a defensive pairing. And now this puck advanced ahead too far there. Hunter Jackal will try to play that one back out. Moving things across now. Pocket picked. It's Bolger back the other way. Gerard Burke, a 2-on-0. Breakaway for Gerard Burke on the backhand shot. He rolled that one up high. Trip Russell got a piece of it. May have hit the bar as well. Ryan McGowan keeps the play alive here for Team Mecca. Prudent on it for Team Peters. A bouncing puck. Rolls its way across center red. Now speed down the left wing. Pulling up and dropping this one off. Taken. Nicely moved between the legs there by Bolger. He tries to feed Chad Lazine. Those two wearing the gray jerseys. And if you will remember at the beginning of the year, it was Bolger and Lazine, as that one touched by a pretty obvious high stick there by Bolger. Jackal's going to let this one go. They'll wave it out. It was Bolger and Lazine who were tied to Julian Reese, who made up the famous gray line. Saw a considerable amount of action through the first weeks of the season, scored a considerable amount of goals. And then it kind of became a revolving door on that left wing with Julian Reese at center and Mike Bolger on the right side. For a little while, it was Lazine. Then it moved on. I believe Luke Rudman played a lot with them. Michael Peak once or twice. And now back the other way. Bolger comes back and is happy to negate another play in his own zone and turn some defense into offense. Avery Pruden from his own zone. Turns over his left shoulder, fires that puck out. It's tipped nicely by Nick Peters so as to not gain an icing. As we approach 4.5 minutes to go in the second period. Seemed a little more offensive of a game at first. But the goal total, we are quite a few behind that of the last game. 7-1 the final score as Avery Pruden fires that one up into the left shoulder of Ryan Lamberta.
Yeah, not as offensive on the scoreboard in this one, but a much more smooth and clean game. Not as many mistakes defensively or offensively, good puck possession. One thing I have noticed, good save there by Lamberta. That's one of like 3 or 4 saves today that we've seen clean saves where they ice the puck on that shot. A lot of rebound control issues early on by all of the goalies here tonight.
Lamberta already making some improvements. You saw a chance early in the first period as a shot right on. I believe Bolger trying to go 5-hole, and it hit him right in the top of the pads, right where his stick's supposed to be, and popped right back out. Now Matt Owen makes a nice move to the back end, tries to shake that one by. He tucks it wide of the goalpost, though. And now McGowan. They will take this one back out, 3.5 to go in the second. Stretch pass will be deflected rather than picked up, so no icing but no possession either. They'll have to go in after it and send a hit there on Parker West. I believe the butt end of somebody's stick rolls free in that far side corner, perhaps a mouth guard. And a chance right off the hop there. Trip Russell kicks it aside. In an unusually quiet Plex indoor ice rink. No icing here, 3 minutes left in the second. And it's strange for us. It's got to be strange for those of you watching at home, although maybe there wouldn't be fans here for an exhibition-type game like this, but it is strange to be here, first of all, on a Monday night rather than a Friday night. But to have the barn be empty the way it is after the raucous crowds we've seen here over the last 1.5 to 2 years, it really is it's a bit of an adjustment. Bolger pulls up top of the circle. Gerard Burke gets taken down. No icing. The officials content to keep play moving. Chad Lazine out of the corner. Parker West tries to strip him, and McGowan a shot easily turned aside there by Trip Russell. Gerard Burke after it again. One of the smaller players out there, but he's got a motor on him, generating tons of offense so far in this game. Hunter Jackal, far side hash marks, lets one go, goes wide. Russell regains his feet. Bolger takes a shot, hits Burke on its way. And now Russell on the seat of his pants. He spun around there. Puck in behind the goal. Chad Lazine, some stops and starts. He's being given a rough ride there, eventually being double-teamed up for that puck in the corner. Down to the ice, they'll play this when the scrum continues. McGowan. Now for Mike Bolger, center point. 1.5 to go here in the second period. Tipped on its way. Rolls back in behind the cage. And Team Peters will try to roll this one back out. Giving chase is Hunter Jackal. He's trying to track this puck back in his own zone. Jackal up for Parker West. Now try to rim that one in around off the high glass. It stays in play. Ryan McGowan chips this one back underneath for his defensive partner and Hunter Jackal. They'll go back and forth. Ping pong back in behind the Team Mecca goal. Finally taken out by Team Peters. A shot goes wide. After that one, defensively, Ryan McGowan off the back apron of the goal. 45 seconds to go in the second period. This puck pops up in the air. Settled down, though. Possession maintained offensively here for Team Peters. Chance right in front may have been turned aside by Ryan Lamberta. Perhaps a stick gotten on that one as well. Dropped off. They've set up shop in behind the goal. Swiveling now. Turning out a shot. He scores. Great shot upstairs over the blocker. Team Peters on the board.
Yeah, that was a beautiful shot right there. It looked like Lamberta was screened the whole way. A couple of bodies out in front, and I don't know if he saw that puck till the last minute. And a great finish there to tie this game up as the second period winds down.
Everybody lined up for the face-off here, and it will not matter. We'll take a break here. 2 periods in the books, 1 goal apiece, and a bit of a more dramatic third period setting up here than we had in the first game. Dillon Clark, Zach McKinstry here on the Capital City Sports Network. We will be back with the third period in just a few moments. Third period about to start here. Back to our left in goal, Trevor Corsello for Team Peters wearing the dark sweaters. Down to our right, Trip Russell between the pipes for Team Mecca. Mike Bolger takes the opening draw here. 1-1 the score. Gerard Burke and someone else we don't know the name of with that nice come around from behind the net shot high up over the blocker. Tied at 1. All things considered, not a bad hockey game.
Yeah, the first game we saw a lot of rust coming off. Here, a lot better play as that one rings off the post.
That shot knocked some rust off the goalpost there, too. Bouncing around in the neutral zone. Trip Russell back to get it. Not most of the time, not usually known for playing the puck too much. He comes out here. Maybe that's something he's trying to add to his toolbox by time SEC play rolls around, hopefully in January. Centering pass, Gerard Burke shut down there with the left pad of Corsello. Loose puck in front. Follow-up chance. Corsello sees that one knocked away. 2 or 3 big stops there by Corsello. Puck eventually chopped wide by Chad Lazine and cleared down the ice. Icing waved off. Puck played by Trip Russell.
Yeah, and a little bit of time off for Corsello. Had that whole second period to catch his breath, but coming off the bench cold. A couple of quick saves here to start this third.
The jobs of Liam Gormley and Trip Russell not exactly in jeopardy, but it is nice to know that in the event that a third goalie would be needed, Corsello looking like he'd be the guy to go to. Just through our limited experiences and being able to watch these guys. Again, we saw him Wednesday night for a little bit. We didn't even get to see Ryan Lamberta then. This is the first time we've seen him. But Corsello and Papathanassiou, limited looks at them and all the new players here tonight. That puck just going to roll in on him. Into the skates of Parker West. Has some trouble. Not exactly sure what he wants to do with it. Glove down there at the blue line. Kick back in. Parker West takes it again. Slowly drifting. A shoveling saucer pass there. Off the shaft of Luke Rudman's stick. As there you see Matt Owens waiting to get back on the ice. Had to go to the locker room for some repairs. Waiting patiently. Looks like he's waiting to cross the street. Inside 13 minutes. Avery Pruden carries this one himself, the right-handed shooting defenseman. Across center red now into the offensive zone, drifting in towards the slot. Makes a nice move, gets a shot off. It rolls down low past the pad of Trip Russell. Centering feed Nick Peters. Could not be tipped on goal. Instead, it rolls free, and Avery Pruden ladles this one back in. Rotating there, Ryan McGowan picks that pass off, fires it hard off a pane of glass. And it's chipped back in where Hunter Jackal is able to chip this one back out to Gerard Burke. Over the line, Burke tries to send this one across for Chad Lazine. Hammered around there by the heavy stick of Avery Pruden. Mike Bolger, offensive chance, shot, save, rebound, Corsello, 2 saves, the puck still loose. Burke battling for it there. It's shoveled out past Hunter Jackal. And now Ryan McGowan gets back to cover that rolling puck. Second time we've seen broken play in a scramble in front of Trevor Corsello.
And it looked like that puck was deflected off of Burke's stick at the last second up high on Corsello, but dropped out in front and out of the net.
Lazine stripped of control in behind the net. Now down that far side wing, Nick Peters' team will gain the blue line. Take another shot there, redirected off the shin guards of Hunter Jackal. Not exactly keeping stats here, but that's another shot block in the books for Jackal. And now stripped and back the other way. Here comes Chad Lazine. A shot hit the goal post. He looks skyward. Thought he had a great chance. Lazine used everything he had in the tank on that breakaway there. Now a shot deflected twice, and Trip Russell ends up on the seat of his pants. He kicks the puck out with his left pad. The puck rolls back across center red here. Back with speed, Team Mecca. Bit of a breath of life. We're going back and forth with a little more speed now. In behind the goal. In a tie hockey game. Not sure what will happen if we remain tied at the end of regulation. My gut tells me it just might be shootout time. But still a lot of hockey to be played between then and now.
That's always the first hope. Love seeing shootouts. Haven't seen one in a while, though.
I can't even remember, as we've had an icing here, I can't even remember the last time we saw a shootout.
Probably the neutral game against Clemson in 18-19.
Yeah, there were two shootouts that season. That was the second of the two. I believe the App State game in late 2018 went to a shootout, and I believe App State won that game. I'm not 100% sure. This is all lots of hockey ago. But yes, the most recent one was the shootout against Clemson at the Bon Secours Wellness Arena, as that shot goes high and catches the glass. The Tigers won that one. Also the site of the infamous line brawl down to our left in that corner. Very different hockey team now than we saw on the ice in that hockey game. On both sides of it, Clemson and South Carolina, both teams on the rise, getting more offensively talented. Bouncing puck settled down by Nick Peters. Tries to drive in. Burke picks his pocket, flips this one off the back of Mike Bolger's neck. And now taken by Nick Peters. We'll see some offense here from the Niagara Wheatfield native. In behind the goal. Picked up now Gerard Burke, intercepted on that breakout pass. Lazine's got a touch up. He's onside. Bolger didn't think he was. He lowers the shoulder. Corsello goes for the poke check, and he stumbles here in his goal crease. Bolger circling the wagons. Parker West takes over, relieves him of control, and sends this puck down for an icing. 8:35 to go third period. Still tied at 1.
Yeah, Lazine with a couple of chances in the offensive zone, Sent one off the post earlier at the start of the sequence, and then there, down the left side, thought he was offside, held up. And that caused all the defenders to stop, hold up, and created an opportunity out in front. That one rings off the post.
Goes forward off the faceoff. Strong play there by Bolger. As this one taken here by Ryan McGowan through center red, tries to cut inside. He's fought off there. One of the defensemen got McGowan's shoulder high. He hobbles off to the bench for a breather. McGowan drops back on D once again. Tries to force the play wide. Nicely shut that play down. Ryan McGowan, one of only 2 left-handed defensemen for the Gamecocks. Nick Peters was the other one last season. Chad Lazine's shot goes high and wide. Left-handed shot puts that one past the blocker on the short side. Back the other way, another chance, Team Peters. That shot kicked aside by the stick and pad of Trip Russell. Follow-up chance in the slot, knocked down. Nicely played defensively. Chad Lazine covers this one, and not all he wanted on that one. Avery Pruden gets rocked, and we will have a stoppage, I believe, for a hand pass here. Just about 7 to go here in the third period.
Yeah, still all square at 1 as the clock winds down. We'll see if there's a late goal, if there's a scramble to get up to do that face-off with the running clock. An interesting strategy-wise in a tie game with the new clock.
Yeah, it will be interesting to watch. We'll see some clock management tactics not used to seeing. At that point, it's all up to the official how quickly he wants guys to get set and how much stalling he will allow. Team Mecca comes across center red right into the glove of Corsello. He's not going to move that one. He will cover for a faceoff. Luke Rudman, we're just looking at some of the stats here. Luke Rudman, the highest scoring player for Team Peters last season, 24 points. Cam Mecca would be tied for the highest scoring player on his team with Mike Bolger, 32 points apiece. Mecca did blow everybody else out of the water in penalty minutes, though, 51 of them last season. Only one close to him was Rob Lawrence. He wasn't too far behind. Play right in front will be gathered in. Team Mecca comes back out. They gain the blue line. 2 against 3, and the 3 will win that one. Swiveling back now, Nick Peters' team. They got some trouble hanging onto the puck, and nobody else could really follow it either. Peters tried to chip that play in one-handed, and his brain may have already been back on his bench as he was looking to go for a line change there. This one bunted back in. Nice little 1-2 punch as that puck drifts in. As we suspected, Nick Peters gets off the ice. Avery Pruden sets up shot from behind his own net. Breakout pass. Rudman, cross-ice feed, picked up by Parker West. We see little flashes of some solid breakout plans here, and it's really encouraging to see. There is some structure trying to be applied here. And these guys haven't played with each other in months. Most of them just been able to get on the ice for a moment or two with a couple of guys in their hometowns. I know a lot of the Massachusetts guys, Owen Thomas, Chad Lazine, Ryan McGowan, got together for some skates over the summer. But for some of the more secluded players, Parker West, native South Carolinian, ice time a little more difficult to come by. Now it's Matt Owen centering, pass in front, shut down nicely by Ryan McGowan. His 3rd or 4th such shutdown in this hockey game. Out of the corner now. Dropped back down low by Bolger. Underneath Ryan McGowan. Picks this one up. Tries to escort it through to Bolger. Instead, he gets this one out to Gerard Burke. He doesn't get all he wants on it. Swiveled back in, Avery Pruden. Advances now, comes in with a step, and Trip Russell punches that one aside with the blocker. Inside 4 minutes, here's a turnover. Right wing shot, kicked aside by Russell. Puck thunders off the boards in behind the goal. A battle ensues in behind. This one shunted back in. Around the horn it comes, and all the way back out to center. Nick Peters regroups. Dishes this one off to his defensive partner, who cranks one on goal. It goes high over the blocker of Russell again, down in his butterfly position, expecting a shot a little bit lower. 3.5 to go. Team Mecca tries to bump that pass back out. Peters comes back, communicating with Corsello. Backs his goaltender off the puck, despite the forechecker. And now back they come, legs churning up ice, and you see the legs do appear to be getting a little heavier as time goes on. And that's to be expected. Out of the corner, flip back in, Nick Peters. The defenseman pinching in, one of the more offensive-minded, if not the most offensive-minded defenseman. And he's got the feet to back up his play. Peters, one of the quicker ones out there. Bouncing puck, Hunter Jackal fans on that attempt. It results in a 2-on-1, maybe a chance laying down right around in front. Russell may have gotten a touch on that one. Best opportunity to score we've seen in a while here for Team Mecca. They bring this one back in. And both players looking for that puck. Avery Pruden got a stick in the midsection. And a delayed penalty. Corsello being motioned towards the goal. Pruden still hunched over. 2 minutes left in this one. Parker West tries to flip that puck up to himself. Hunter Jackal takes that one, and a high stick being assessed to one of the Team Mecca players. I believe it will be that wearing the gold sweater. Avery Pruden still a little doubled over on the bench. We'll keep an eye on him. Inside 2 minutes. Still tied. And the scenario Zach painted for us may be becoming a little more likely.
We will see. I don't know if that was the best play by Parker West moving into past the blue line, had the extra man out with the goalie back to the bench and tried to do it himself, but they'll still have the power play regardless here for the remainder of this third period.
West with the puck now advances things on. It's knifed back by the stick again. Ryan McGowan, defensive standout tonight in this game, and really in both the games we've watched, Ryan McGowan's been one of the better shutdown guys. Matt Owen moves this back down low. We approach the 1 minute mark. Off the boards, Luke Rudman, fresh legs from the bench. Gets that puck away from Mike Bolger. Back down below the goal line they wait. Looking up to the point in Peters. Top of the circles, moves away from Bolger. Team Mecca collapsed within the house here. Centering pass in front, it gets through Lazine, winding and firing point shot there. Kicked aside by Russell again with the left pad. Matt Owen pounces on the loose puck in behind the goal. Wes bouncing puck over the stick of Matt Owen. At the point, they move this one back again. Chance there goes high off the deflection. Ryan McGowan tips that one to himself. Flips it all the way back out. No ice as they are shorthanded, and Nick Peters flops that one back up high. Comes back to McGowan. He chops at it. Little two-hand axe swing right there. It bounces back in the defensive zone. 10 to go here in regulation. McGowan trying to kill the clock. Lazine, maybe one last play. Peters smacking his stick on the ice, trying to bait Lazine into a mistake. A bouncing puck. Corsello makes the save. Regulation has ended. The score 1-1. No one exactly sure. And Coach Alan Sirois gives the signal from the bench. That's all she wrote. Yeah, it's getting a little late. Yep, 11:30. Sirois wants to go home and go to bed. The refs want to go home and go to bed. The players want to go home and get showered and go to bed. Your broadcast team would not say no to a nap.
Does it count as a nap at this point?
Yeah, they're all naps at this point. 1-1, the final score. Team Mecca ties Team Peters. Following up after the 7-1 victory, Team Egan over Team Hoey. And so night one of the USCHL is in the books. It is not what the 2020-2021 hockey season, it's not the way we thought it would look, but right now it's a start. It's a start that we're so happy we can share with you. There is hockey in South Carolina once again. So for all of us here at the Capital City Sports Network, for Zach McKinstry, my name is Dillon Clark. Thank you so much for watching, and next week we're going to get that internet sorted out for you so we can bring this to you live and you can experience it with us in real time. Thanks so much for joining us. Good night, South Carolina, and forever to thee.